Hi everybody, welcome to Focus Outdoors. We're glad you're with us. We're in North Dakota hunting snow geese this fall, but I've got Scott from Real Wings with me, and I've convinced him to share some of the tips, strategies, and things that have made him one of the best snow goose hunters on the planet. Stay with us. Focus Outdoors will be right back.
Focus Outdoors is brought to you by Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies, the next generation in game bird restoration. Remington Sporting Dog, quality products for family pet and sporting dog owners. South Dakota Tourism, visit huntinsd.com to plan your hunting vacation to South Dakota. Rio Ammunition, sporting ammunition since 1896. Country Vet Pet Foods, loved by pets, trusted by owners. Pattern Master, shotgun chokes for any game. And Real Wings, the deadliest decoys on the planet.
When it comes to snow goose hunting, most people think about decoys and decoy spreads, and we've seen people put out 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 decoys. Scott, you've used a much smaller spread for many, many years, shot thousands of geese over this spread, and you only have how many decoys?
There's about 180 to 200 decoys is what I use. 200 with the silhouette Canada decoys we have out here. But, yep.
So we've got about 200 decoys, give or take, and you hunt 2-3 guys out of that spread, and you've killed 20,000 plus geese in this spread?
Yep.
What makes it so successful?
The biggest thing is knowing presentation, setup. A lot of the tricks I have are, Real Wings, air wings, bird vision UV decoy paint. And the key thing, don't load it up with a bunch of guys, no more than 4 guys.
So the combination of the decoy setup, and you set up primarily with a horseshoe type shape with a landing area in the middle. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, sometimes I watch the geese. They kind of tell me what to do. Every year I switch it a little bit from fall to spring, pressure. It depends on the situation.
Now I've seen you get up during the day and move a decoy here or 3 or 4 there, that kind of thing. What are you looking at?
I'm watching the bird, how they're reacting, but I'm making the spread more comfortable for them. I'm watching what they don't like. Geese will always, the way they slide is where they're safe. The direction they're sliding, that's the safe zone. The side they drifted from is what there's something there they didn't like or they weren't comfortable.
So when they're coming to the decoy spread and they start moving one way or the other, then you know what you need to do to adjust the spread.
Absolutely.
So how did you learn how to do that?
Well, experience, spending a lot of time in the field. I mean, watching it, and a lot depends on too, it changes from where the sun's at. The sun can either help you or hurt you real bad, but you can still make it work. You just move some things around.
So when you've got your decoy spread set up and you've got wind, what do you do differently?
Well, like everybody, that's my favorite, yeah. I load her up with Real Wings in the center. Basically, I keep a tighter spread, not so spread out, depends on how strong the wind is. And to be honest with you, that's easy. Yeah.
Put up your Real Wings then, do you put them in that section of the spread that you want all of the snow geese to head towards?
Absolutely, all types of waterfall. What I'll do, I'll clump them, that's where their eyes are going to be, and I want them where they almost hit each other, really tight. You don't want them spread out far apart. I don't care if you're running 2 to 6 to 12, keep them tight, no matter what you have there. And that's where the bird's going to come in, and then he can veer to one side or the other.
So then do you set your Real Wings right behind that U that you want them to come down? almost a chute where they can fly right down it.
Yep, yeah, I have the opening there, and then I like about 30 yards back, 20 to 30 yards, and you want a good quality decoy below it. That's where you definitely want some, UV reflection or good quality decoys. Use your best decoys below the reel wings and in the front of your spread.
So we fly the reel wings then kind of behind us, not right on top of us, but behind us.
Absolutely. What that does is you're taking the bird's eye off the ground and in the sky. That's the biggest trick. They're too busy watching these things. They don't even see you. We're out here in no blinds. We lay in chairs. It's too late by the time the bird gets towards the reel wings.
So put the reel wings behind you, good quality decoys in front of it, kind of in the bottom of the horseshoe, if you will, and let them come.
Yep.
Great. That's a great tip about decoys and decoy spreads.
This segment sponsored in part by Country Vet Pet Foods, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Is the number of upland game birds on your hunting property down from years past? The Surrogator from Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies can change that. Our patented Surrogator process works by placing day-old chicks in the unit, which provides the heat, food, water, and protection needed for the first month of a game bird's life. The birds are raised in isolation on your property. In just 4 or 5 weeks, the birds are released and your hunting potential is maximized. Call or visit us online, Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies.
The bond between man and dog is one of the most trusted relationships. For your loyal hunting companion, choose the brand that's trusted, Remington. All Remington sporting dog products are unconditionally guaranteed. So whether you're buying one of our dog collars, leads, training dummies, or any product from our complete line of training and hunting accessories, you'll be buying the best. To find a dealer near you, visit www.remingtonsportingdog.com.
Experience South Dakota.
Experience world-class hunting in the heart of South Dakota's pheasant country. Visit huntinsd.com for lodging and hunting vacation packages.
Great places, South Dakota.
This segment sponsored in part by Rio Ammunition, sporting ammunition since 1896.
Scott, talk about the importance of UV paint on these decoys.
Well, bird vision, which we developed for quite a few years ago and experimenting with it, I've seen the difference. I would say it's going to add an advantage 30 to 40% for sure. There's no guarantee in hunting, but definitely having bird vision UV reflective decoy paint helps. But also, everyone thinks it's just the white. That's not true. There's the light colors, the gray. The black reflects UV. It's important to do it all. You know, that's the biggest thing. And don't partially do your spread. You know, if you're going to do it, do them all or don't do it at all.
And you said that what really turned you onto this was looking at feathers under a spectrometer. Is that what they call that machine?
Yep.
And you said that feathers reflect at 345.
That's correct. Most people think, decoys are supposed to absorb light and be flat. It's not true. Feathers actually reflect light, and that's what we're after. Like today, a nice sunny day, you get a great reflection.
And once these are painted with your bird vision UV paint, then it reflects at about 342, or very, very close to real feathers. That's got to be just real important.
It is. We're very picky. 342 to 345, or it doesn't go out of our store. Yeah.
And you have a background in painting. Your family's been in painting for a long, long time.
Yep, definitely. My grandpa, his dad, so on and so on, made their own paint for years. So we had a little knack with paint, and then just kind of passed it on to this, what we've learned.
If you haven't painted your decoys, particularly your shell decoys like this, with bird vision UV paint, you're missing out. Give it a try. I'm sure you'll enjoy the results just like we have. Scott, we talked about this in the past. That 2 or 3 years ago, I walked past your booth at a sports show, and I looked at these real wings, and I thought, yeah, now that's quite a gimmick. That'll probably work really well. You'll probably sell a bunch of them, make a lot of money, and people will get out in the field, they won't know how to use them. But I think the biggest misconception about these is that they're not very durable.
Right, they're made out of 80% rubber. They will not break. I mean, you can crush them, bang them, I think. They're not going to break.
And so if it gets messed up and gets kind of twisted or whatever, how do you fix it? How do you straighten it out?
Yeah, you can work it a little bit and you get it spinning. They'll straighten out with the wind, or if you really crush it bad and it stays, you just take a hair dryer and it'll come right back. A little bit of heat.
So put some heat on it and it'll just come right back to the original shape.
Yep.
Now, I see this contraption here, and I've watched you use it a few times we've been together. How does this work?
Well, that's a neat trick. You'll get this wrap in the bag with it. But what I like to do is put a bait caster reel on there. I just glue it on there, makes it real simple. Load it up with 20-pound test, hit the button, jerk your wrist a little bit, and up they go.
And so put the reel on it, and with about 100 yards of line is what you like to have on these.
Yep, I like a little extra line so you can get it a little higher when you don't have the wind, then they'll fall and sometimes end up at 30, 40 yards to stay in the clean air. Yep.
So is there any trick to how hard the wind is blowing as to how high you can fly these? If it's higher in the wind speed, you can fly them lower, or how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, your ultimate, I mean, they'll fly fine, a steady 8-mile-an-hour wind, no problem, but that's 8 means 8. If it drops to 4, they fall. Don't mess with them. But you start getting that wind above 12 to 20, I only fly them maybe 20 yards off the ground.
And you've also said many times to us that you're not going to show all of these geese, all your tricks at one time.
Right.
Talk about that.
Well, I've got a lot of different things, you know. If I don't have the wind and I'm fighting, I turn to my air wings, the 360 air wings. Some days I'll fly 6 to a dozen of these. Other times I'll just fly 4 to 2.
And again, you fly these with your decoy spread, whatever it is, and the birds are going to come to it.
Absolutely.
This segment was brought to you in part by Real Wings, the deadliest decoys on the planet. This segment sponsored in part by Rio Ammunition, sporting ammunition since 1896.
We know that even here in North Dakota, the wind doesn't always blow hard enough for us to use reel wings. You've come up with a new concept for lighter wind speed. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we call these 360 air wings. They're real simple. It's a three-piece system. Get a top here, it snaps on the top, it snaps on the bottom, just like that. And it only takes a 2-mile-an-hour wind to give you motion. Looks like landing birds, jumping birds, that type of thing. I like to clump them together, again behind you, different angles, just like that.
So I'm guessing that one of the things that happens then is with, whether it's the reel wings or the air wings, is that the birds that are coming in are concentrating on those rather than looking in the field for hunters.
Absolutely, same thing. I'm keeping their eyes busy, off us, looking at this.
How many times have you gotten to the field and your decoys are covered with snow, frost, or they're just wet from the dew, and you need a way to dry them off quickly so you can get back to hunting? Scott's got a great idea. He uses a leaf blower to blow the snow away, to get the frost off, or to dry them off. You should try it. You'll be glad you've had this tip from my friend Scott from Reel Wings.
One thing we do out in the field is we use dead-on decoy silhouettes about 30 to 50 yards from our spread. It really adds confidence when you're snow goose hunting, and you also can definitely pull in Canadas. They're coated 100% with Bird Vision UV decoy paint, and they get the job done.
You know, Scott, we've hunted together several times now, and we've always had this discussion about product, because everywhere we go, people ask us, what kind of gun do you shoot? What kind of shells do you shoot? You know, what's happening? Well, for the last 3 or 4 years, I have personally been shooting Rio shot shells. They make a royal blue steel. I love the shell. Works really well for me. Scott, you have a different story.
Yeah, I'm addicted to Fiocchi. The ounce and 3/8 BB to one shot, just can't beat it.
Now, you shoot an automatic. What kind of gun is that?
Benelli, great customer service. I've actually had this gun for 10 years. It broke last year on me. They took care of it free of charge. Can't beat their customer service.
And you've got a special recoil system built into your gun.
Yeah, I shoot about 14 cases a year, so I had a shock absorber built in my gun, yep.
Now, I was brought up shooting pump guns. Winchester Model 12 was my first pump gun. So I've always shot pumps. This is a Browning BPS. I enjoy it. It shoots well for me. But the one thing, Scott, that we agree on, not shells or guns, is Pattern Master choke tubes.
Yeah, you can't beat a pattern master by far. That definitely helps everything out. You know, we gave you a bunch of great tips on this show, but one thing I forgot to mention is what type of calls I like. I use death row calls or DRC calls. He custom makes me some calls, which you can check out on realwings.com, or check out death row calls. Corey makes them out of Thief River Falls, and he really puts his heart in them, and they sound fantastic. Check them out.
Scott, thanks so much for sharing your products, your tips, and strategies for snow goose hunting with us. We appreciate it. And for our viewers, if you like this kind of a show, if you learned something from it, let us know. Send me an email at steve@focusoutdoorstv.com. That's steve@focusoutdoorstv.com. And we'll do more shows like this for you.
This segment is brought to you in part by Pattern Master, shotgun chokes for any game. Do you want your decoy spread to be more effective and attract more waterfowl? Introducing Bird Vision UV Reflective Decoy Paint. See what the birds see. Bird Vision paint will make your decoy spread come alive, be more realistic, and more effective. That's Bird Vision paint, available at realwings.com or call 701-365-8222 for more information.
After a long, successful wing shooting hunt, is there an easier way to clean your birds? Yes, there is. Introducing the Bird Hitch Cleaner. Stainless steel construction that makes your bird cleaning safe and easy. More portable, with less waste and easy cleanup. The Bird Hitch Cleaner is available on Focus Outdoors TV's online store at www.focusoutdoorstv.com. Hunt smarter, not harder.
Is the number of upland game birds on your hunting property down from years past? The Surrogator from Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies can change that. Our patented Surrogator process works by placing day-old chicks in the unit, which provides the heat, food, water, and protection needed for the first month of a game bird's life. The birds are raised in isolation on your property. In just 4 or 5 weeks, the birds are released, and your hunting potential is maximized. Call or visit us online, Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies.
The bond between man and dog is one of the most trusted relationships. For your loyal hunting companion, choose the brand that's trusted, Remington. All Remington sporting dog products are unconditionally guaranteed. So whether you're buying one of our dog collars, leads, training dummies, or any product from our complete line of training and hunting accessories, you'll be buying the best. To find a dealer near you, visit www.remingtonsportingdog.com. For more information on the products seen on today's show, please visit us at www.focusoutdoorstv.com.
That's our show for this week. We hope you learned something. Take some of these tips, strategies, and products to the field. It'll make you a better snow goose hunter. Our thanks to Scott from Real Wings. He's a wealth of knowledge. You got to contact him if you've got any questions. He'll help you out. Remember, do these 3 things for me. 1, take a child with you next hunting or fishing trip. 2, Generously support your favorite conservation organization. And 3, spend some time in the next week where you focus on the outdoors. For our staff, I'm Steve Hammer. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time when we continue the journey, making more memories.
Focus Outdoors was brought to you by Quail and Pheasant Restoration Technologies, the next generation in game bird restoration. Remington Sporting Dog, quality products for family pet and sporting dog owners. South Dakota Tourism. Visit huntinsd.com to plan your hunting vacation to South Dakota. Rio Ammunition, sporting ammunition since 1896. Country Vet Pet Foods, loved by pets, trusted by owners. Pattern Master, shotgun chokes for any game. And Real Wings, the deadliest decoys on the planet.